Halloween Festival is one of the most popular and profitable festivals in Guild Wars 2. It started on Tuesday, October 17th, and it will keep going until Tuesday, November 7th. In this guide, I will show you how to make a lot of gold during the festival, and we will talk about the most important items you should get during Halloween, and cover in general everything you will need to know about the festival. The Mad King Labyrinth, or Lab for short, is one of the best ways to make a lot of gold during the Halloween festival. You can enter the Mad King's Labyrinth from this green door, which you will also find beside the Traders Forum waypoint. You will find many access points spread around the world, but this will probably be the easiest one for you to reach. To find a squad to do the lab farm with, go to your contacts and LFG, and then go to the tab that says looking for group, and then you will find festivals, and in here you will go for holiday cheer, large squad, and then you will see many LFGs for whatever groups are doing the lab farm at the time. What you want to do here is just run around with a group and kill as many mobs as you can, which will drop the trick or treat bags. And this is the main source of gold during the festival. To maximize your gold efficiency during the lab farm, you want to make sure you are running a build and a class that will help you tag many mobs very quickly. For example, a thief with a short bow will be perfect here. As you run around the lab, you will find many doors that you can open. Some of them will spawn some hard bosses you will need to fight, and I don't recommend opening those doors unless you need the achievements. And other doors will spawn waves of mobs you can kill and get the loot, and those are the better types of doors you can open. Another thing you can do is put a scavenger protocol might or magic trophy in your Jade bot. This will give you those scavenger bags which will add up to your profit, and you will make even more gold when you do your lab farm. To get more bags from killing mobs, try to raise your magic find as much as possible. And I will now show you some very easy sources to raise your magic find, even if you are a brand new player. This food will give you 40% magic find when you have a boon, which is something you will have permanently with the build I will mention later. And then the crystallized nugget will also give you another 30% magic find, and lucky drake tail will give you 10% magic find. To make it easy for you to get the lucky drake tail buff, make sure you are on a mount, and then every time you consume this item, it will increase the buff for 5 minutes, and you can keep stacking it for a total of 2 hours maximum. You can also go to the guild hall and get this guild buff item from the tavern that will increase your magic find by a maximum of 10%, and if you have an ascended amulet, try to put the 20% magic find enrichment in it, and you can buy this enrichment from any laurel vendor for 20 laurels, and you can only use them with ascended or legendary amulets. Another item that can be useful here is the item booster, which you can buy with 1 laurel. This will give you multiple buffs for 30 minutes that will include 50% magic find. This is the same buff you get from an item booster or a heroic booster, so if you have them you can also use them for the same purpose. But if you don't have those boosters or you cannot buy them from the gem store, then you can buy the one that you can get with laurel. And also, whenever you see a guild heroes banner, interact with it because it will give you multiple buffs that will include 15% magic find. There are other ways to increase your magic find even further, and I have a detailed guide on this. I will leave it in the description below. As for the build I recommend for a lab farm, it will be the Daredevil with a short bow. We will have acrobatics 3-1-3, and then shadow arts 1-2-1, and Daredevil 2-2-2. For the utility skills, we have Hide in the Shadows, Signet of the Shadows, and Scale Venom. And then we have the Pitfall Prepare skill, which is very good for targeting mobs in a radius, and Basilisk Venom, which is great for breaking bar on bosses that you will encounter in the lab. And all you want to do is just run around, just only use your auto attack and frequently use your Venoms when they are up. And then when you open doors that spawn mobs, you can use your Pitfall, and you can also use your Short Bow 4. It's very good for tagging. And if you found yourself struggling to catch up, just use your Short Bow 5, it will teleport you forward and catch up with the Zerg. The gear you use is not important at all, and you can use even rare gear and it will be completely fine. You can even go green gear if you want. The only thing to note is, because you are going to be with other players, you don't want to kill the mobs too fast and you want to give everyone a chance. And so because of that, you don't want to run full Berserker, for example, because you don't need that much damage. All you want to do is just tag mobs with your auto attack, you will get bags and let everyone else get bags. However, what I found very important to have is Sigil of Speed, because this will give you swiftness when you kill mobs, which basically means you'll have permanent swiftness on you. And Relic of Speed will also help very much with that, especially if you were catching up with the Zerg. As I said earlier, Trick-or-treat bags will be your main source of gold during the lab farm and the festival. If you want to make a lot of gold without any gambling at all, then just sell the bags as soon as you can, because the prices of the bags will keep dropping as we go during the festival. However, if you want to gamble and open those bags, you can get something like the enchanted music box, which sells for 10,000 gold, and you can get some infusions which also sell for about 1,000 gold. But please keep in mind that the drop rate for those items are extremely low. You can open tens of thousands of bags and not get any of them at all. What I recommend, especially if you are a new player, is to just sell the bags and don't open them. When you open your heroes panel, you will find a new daily section called Halloween Daily, and most of them are very easy to do. Try to do as many of them as you can, especially the easy ones, because they will give you some decent rewards. Especially try to do at least 3 of them to finish this Halloween Fright achievement, because every 5 times you finish it, you will earn this Mad King's gift, and when you double click on it, it will open this window, and you can select some unique weapons that will have skins only available during Halloween. Also keep in mind that those weapons are stat selectable. When you unlock any of those skins we just mentioned, you can come talk to this vendor, and then you can upgrade them further to the demon hunted weapons if you want. Those are pretty much the same weapons, they will just have different skin that is going to be a little bit more unique. You can only buy the skins you have already unlocked from the Mad King's gift, and they will cost some gold and candy corn cup. There is another Black Lion weapon vendor that will sell you also some very unique skins that are only available during Halloween. You can find this vendor right beside the Fort Mariner waypoint, also in Lion's Arch. Also from the Heroes panel, open the Festivals tab, and you will find 3 more tabs here with tons of achievements you can finish. Most of them are very easy to do, and some of them will give you some very good rewards that will also help you make a lot of gold. And from the Wizard's Vault, when you go to the special tab, you will see new tasks that are related to Halloween. If you don't know what is the Wizard's Vault or how to get Astral Acclaim and use them to make a lot of gold and get other valuable items, I have detailed guides on the subject I will leave below in the description. One of the most important items you can only get during Halloween is called the Candy Cone Gobbler. Go to the Gem Store tab in the trading post and keep scrolling through until you find the Candy Cone Gobbler pack. This will cost 240 gems, and as you use this item, it will give you buffs that are very similar to what you will get with the Experience Booster, Item Booster, and the Heroic Booster. The way this item works is to make sure you have some candy cone in your inventory, and when you use it, one of two things is going to happen. You will either be transformed into a tonic, or you will get some buffs like the XP booster as we explained. There are many more buffs you can get from this item, not just the XP. You can basically get all the buffs that you will get with a heroic booster, for example. But because the buffs is not a guaranteed outcome, and sometimes you will be transformed into a tonic, this item can be annoying to use. Especially that you can't use it too quickly. You have to wait at least 5 seconds between every use. And so it's a very useful item to have if you don't mind how it works. Lunatic Armor is another thing you can get only during the Halloween, and it is extremely valuable. This is stat selectable level 80 exotic gear that you can craft anytime you want throughout the entire year, not just during Halloween. The recipes can only be unlocked during Halloween, but you can use and craft this armor all year long. To get the recipes, you will need some candy cone cups, which you can buy from this vendor, and it will cost 1000 pieces of candy cone each. And you can also just buy directly from the trading post, and then talk to the Lunatic Alchemist vendor, and from here you will find those recipes. You will find all the required recipes for all the heavy, medium, and light armor, and you will also have the Lunatic Gossamer insignia, which you will need to craft all the armor. They will cost the candy cone cups as I mentioned. You will also find another weekly vendor where you can use the Halloween festival stuff to exchange for some other items. You will find all of those vendors right here in this place besides the Traders Forum waypoint, right beside the Mystic Forge in Lion's Arch. And from the same candy cone vendor, you can buy those Halloween pails, which are 20 slot bags. Each one of those bags will cost 3 candy cone cups, and so make sure to compare the cost of each one of those Halloween pail bags and the other 20 slot bags you can buy from the trading post. And of course you want to buy whatever is going to be cheaper for you. There are other things we can also do during Halloween besides the lab farm. The clock tower is some sort of a jumping puzzle that is only available during Halloween. You will find the gate for it with a clock icon like this, also besides the Traders Forum waypoint. And this year they have added another option, which is this top one, explorable, which basically makes the jumping puzzle much easier. Ascent to Madness is some sort of a dungeon where you will go with a group and kill mobs until you reach the Mad King, and then when you finish the dungeon, you will get some rewards. You can find the LFG for it also in the Festivals tab, but this time you will find it here in Parties. The Mad King Saves is a game that happens around this area in Lion's Arch, and the event will happen every even hour based on the server time. If you don't know how to enable the server time, go to your options here, and then besides in-game clock, make it server time. All you need to do is listen carefully to what the Mad King is going to say. You can also enable the dialogue to read what the Mad King is saying. You can do that by opening your chat box, and then besides the chat tab, you will find this arrow. Make sure you click on NPCs, and this will show you all the dialogue, including the ones from the Mad King. Whatever emote he is going to tell you to do after he says Mad King says is what you want to do, and skip the ones he will tell you to do without saying the Mad King says. If you do the whole thing correctly, you will get enough keys to be able to open this Mad King's chest, which will contain some cool reward. It is also needed for some of the special achievements that will give you astral acclaim, and it is also tied to other achievements for the festival. When you talk to the NPC, besides the Mad King's Labyrinth gate, one of the options will be something called Raceway. This will take you to a map that has multiple races, and you can do them as race events. You can also do them as activities by talking to the NPCs, and when you are done, you will get some rewards related to the festival, and they're also needed for some of the achievements for the festival. If you found this guide helpful, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like to see more guides in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next guide.